Hello, Twin Peaks students. Today's lesson will be on multiply and divide integers. Okay, now I've created a little cheat sheet here for you guys. Okay, this is to help remind you or to, just so it makes things easier for you guys when you're thinking about multiplying, dividing integers. Okay, meaning that there's negative and positive numbers. All right, so for example, we already know how to do the first part. Positive times or divided negative number will always be positive. You've done this before, like 5 times 6 is 30. Okay? Now, what happens when you add a negative? All right? Like this one here. What's a positive times a negative? Like, for example, 5 times negative 6. Now, you can use this little triangle here to help you realize that the answer is negative. For example, let me show you how to use it. Okay? So all you need is 2 fingers. Let me put this one down for a second. So again, a positive times a negative. So use your finger. Okay, a positive 5 times a negative 6. And look at that. This one is left, so the answer has to be a negative. Okay? So the answer is negative 30. You see, let's try it again. Negative times a positive. So negative 5 times a positive 6. So again, negative 5 times a positive 6. As you can see, there's only one negative left, so the answer is negative. Last one. What happens is a negative times a negative? So again, use your 2 fingers. Negative times a negative. Look at that, it's a positive answer. A little cheat sheet there for you. All right? So again, let's go ahead and do some problems. Okay? I'm gonna put this one over here just in case we need it. Okay? All right, so the first one, positive times a negative. Now, if I were you, I would actually do it first. Okay? So positive times a negative. I know it's a negative answer. Okay, I put it first, you see? And then I'm going to just go ahead and multiply. Ignore a negative. I know it's a negative answer. 5 times 10 is 50, but my answer is negative 50. Okay, so same thing for number 2. So I'm going to do a negative first. Negative times a negative is a positive. So I know it's a positive answer, and I just focus on multiplying now. 18 times 10 is 180. All right, so let's go ahead and look at number 3. Negative. Now, sometimes they use, when they're multiplying, sometimes they use a little dot as multiplication. They can also use a parenthesis like this. That also means multiply. Same thing for number 2. This one here, I know there's no parenthesis there. That just means it's multiplying, okay? So again, these 2 are multiplying, these 2 are multiplying. It means the same thing, all right? All right, number 3. Negative 12 times 13, okay? All you have to do is just do a negative times a positive, okay? That will give me a negative answer. All right, so my answer is negative. And let's see here, 12 times 100 and let's see, 144, so 156. All right, now what happens if you add multiple numbers, okay, like number 4, okay? Now this one here, you could use this again, and this one here actually helps you by reminding you that negative times a negative is a positive. All right, so technically, actually, when you're multiplying 2 negative numbers, always positive. So when you do number 4 and there's multiple negative numbers, just realize that, okay, if I multiply negative times a negative, I know it's a positive. Okay, so you can actually just do that ahead of time. So I know that that's going to be 20 times negative 5. And then you could do it again. A positive times a negative is a negative. That would give me negative 100. All right, let's go to number 5. Again, this means multiplying, same thing, okay? So negative times a positive is a negative. Using the triangle, negative times a positive is a negative. So this would give me negative 50. And then times negative 5. Or you could use a parenthesis, okay? That would give me a positive. Negative times negative is a positive, so I'm at positive 250. All right? Now look at number 6. Now, when there's so many negatives like this, okay, then again, you can actually just cheat a little bit and say, okay, a negative times a negative is a positive, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that before I even multiply. So negative times a negative, I know that these 2 would be a positive, so I'm going to change that to a positive. And I know that these 2, when you multiply, will give me a positive. And these 2, when you multiply, will give me a positive. All right? You can also cheat a little bit, like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply these 2. That'll give me 10 times these 2. That'll give me 4 times these 2 right here. That will give me 2. One more time. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Now what happened to the negative? They're gone, all right? I already did the triangle, okay? That turns into a positive number. That turns into positive. That turns into positive. All right. This here will give me 10 times 4 is 40. Times 2, that would give me 80. All right. Okay, number 7. Now, again, divide works the exact same way. Okay, just a triangle. Okay, so negative. So this will give me a negative 9. Always put negative first. This one here, oh, by the way, this also means divide. Okay, I know it's a fraction line. It also means divide. Okay, use a triangle. I know it's a positive. You can write a little positive number there, a symbol if you want to, but you don't need to. 60. Okay, number 9. Again, this is going to be a negative because I'm just using triangle. Okay, it's going to be a negative. All right, so it's a negative 8. And finally, number 10, last one. This one has multiple operations. As you can see, there's multiply and divide. You could do either or, but I always want to multiply first. Okay, that makes it easier. So negative 6 times 6. So negative times a positive is a negative. 36. And then I haven't divided yet, so let's go rewrite that one right here. And that's negative 12. And then now you could do divide again. Again, this means divide. Okay, so negative divided by negative is a positive. And my final answer is 3. All right, that is it. You have any question? Email me. Thank you.